Winovich for Mack Wilson. That trade happened. What do you think?
How long have we been talking about trading Chase Winovich?
Forever.
I mean, it's another late move by Bill Belichick. I mean, I don't know why this didn't happen a year ago and clear the decks, let Josue play a little bit more, Ronnie Perkins, like whatever. It goes along with the lines of, guys in the past that I've said, like, all right, they need to move on from Landon Roberts, Deron Harmon, and they end up doing the year after I say it. But, Chase Winovich, that pick, complete waste. It was a complete waste of a third-round pick. It's either they misidentified like what he could do. I mean, they didn't know that he couldn't set the edge, or did they not develop him well enough, which outside linebacker, which now Uche's there and Ronnie Perkins, that's Steve Belichick's position. What's the deal at edge? Why can't they develop any guys internally? Why do they have to go get Matthew Judon and Kyle Van Noy and guys? Why can't they develop these, relatively high draft picks? But look, Winovich hasn't done anything here. I think he's a good player. I think he's good at what he does. Sub-pass rusher. I would have liked to have seen them at some point say, hey, what is he good at? He's good at running around and going to the ball and flying to the ball. Why don't we stand him up and try him at inside linebacker? Maybe it takes there. Clay Matthews did sort of the same thing in Green Bay, and that worked. I just did not like the lack of imagination with the Chase Winovich career. I think that the Patriots did a poor job developing him or at least using him. I thought they kept him on the roster too long. But I will say this. Mack Wilson, who they got from Alabama, 5th round pick. Winovich was a 3rd round pick, same draft, 2019. Mack Wilson out of Alabama. I liked Mack Wilson out of Alabama. I think he has the potential to be a good player. I think he has the potential to be a starter here, maybe a little bit of an upgrade on Juwan Bentley, a little bit faster than Bentley, same type of player. But we'll have to see. There have been some, he went later in the draft. At Alabama, he went against Nick Saban's advice, which was stay in school for another year. He pissed off some people there about that. There's always been questions about his attitude a little bit, which led to him, being benched basically in Cleveland his last year. I think there's a player there. The Patriots are just going to have to pull it out. But I like the player. I do. And I think he helps.
I liked him at Alabama. I like him as a player as well. He might not be as much of a downhill thumper as Bentley because he's not as big, but he's going to help them in coverage. And we've talked about that against tight ends, against running backs. He can at least, help on tight ends downfield, down seam. He's athletic. He makes plays on the football when the football's around him. So I think if you get a little bit more athletic, that's what I wanted on the second level. I don't mind it. Winovich, he just can't set the edge. And we said it 1,000 times. The Patriots want more from their edge players. So he was going to move along at some point. Did they misutilize him? Probably. They could have used him better, as you mentioned. Wilson, more athletic. He's smaller than Bentley. I don't know if he's going to thump downhill as much as Bentley does, but he can cover. He can cover tight ends. He can cover running backs. He can get downfield. He makes plays on the football when the football's around him. He made a number of very impressive plays on the ball when he was at Alabama. So if you wanted to get more athletic, if you wanted to have more coverage from your second level, I don't know if he's going to go sideline to sideline as much, but he's somebody who's going to help them athletically, which I think was a must for this football team. So I don't mind the deal. You weren't going to get much out of Winovich. I think Winovich, by the way, will be one of those players. He'll go to Cleveland. He'll be better. He'll be a better fit. He'll do more, and people will say, oh, how did the Patriots get rid of him? Mm-hmm. Again, it's all about the scheme and what they want.